Hi there, I'm Namish Patel Owen, and you're listening to Live Your True Self, episode number 91. After 18 years doing corporate, in 2018 it became about doing me, doing what I love. Not that long ago, I too felt a deep desire to be something more, asking myself, who am I anyway, and what's my purpose? Full of self-doubt and fear of failure, fast forward to this moment and you'll see a version of me that's true to myself, calm, confident and clearer than ever before, despite the drama. Inspired by Krishna's words in the Bhagavad Gita, one must deliver himself with the help of the mind and not degrade himself. The mind is the friend of the conditioned soul and his enemy as well. So perspective is everything. No matter where you are on your personal growth journey as a high achiever, I'm here to guide you. Together, we'll step out of your head, the busyness in your mind, and drop into your heart, the space where lasting transformation begins, so that you too can awaken your true self and live life more meaningfully in this moment, even in the messiness. Take a deep breath and listen on in. Welcome back, my lovely. Thank you for being here today. This is more than just an episode. Think of it like a love note directly for you. A reminder that you are capable of being the person you've always known you could be. I want to talk to you today about something that might feel a little uncomfortable, but is oh so important. The pain of change versus the pain of staying stuck, and the idea of actually choosing the pain of change. But first, let me share a quote by Aninis Nin, who said, "And the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom." This is a gentle reminder that the pain of staying small eventually outweighs the discomfort of growth. And yes, we all face discomfort in life, but the question is, which pain are we willing to embrace? The pain of transformation or the pain of remaining where we are? What we have, who we are. And I'll be honest with you, it's not an easy choice, but it's one we can make over and over again. And today I'm going to guide you through what that means, why it's so important to choose the pain of change, and how you can transform through the discomfort that might bring to step into your truest and highest self. So let me invite you to open your heart and allow this message to really sink in from a place of knowing that you can do hard things. You've done it before and you can do it again and again and again. That's who you are. When we talk about the pain of change, we're really talking about the discomfort of growth. It's the anxiety or nervousness, uncertainty of stepping into something new, something unknown, something risky the fear of leaving behind what's familiar and safe, even though it no longer serves us. And it's hard. I won't sugarcoat it. It's hard because we're often wired to avoid discomfort. But here's the thing. The pain of staying stuck and staying the same is far more crippling. And I'll share something personal with you, which some of you may know is my background story. So a few years ago, I found myself standing at a crossroads. On one side, I had the comfort of what I knew, my 18-year corporate career in the same company, a secure, structured, high-profile career, almost like me wearing golden handcuffs. But deep inside, I felt an ache. There was also a calling, but I felt an ache. The ache of not living my true purpose, of not following my heart, the ache of not being who I truly was and being someone I wasn't. The ache of wanting, needing something more to be pursuing, being someone more. The spark I once had was dimmed. And on the other side was the unknown. The potential of stepping into a world of coaching, becoming a business owner, an entrepreneur, of shifting everything in my life. The unknown was risky, scary, uncertain, unclear. I didn't have all the answers and I didn't know what would come next. But in that moment, I had to decide. Was I going to keep feeling that quiet but heavy frustration of staying stuck and unfulfilled? Or would I allow myself to lean into the pain of change, the pain of transformation, trusting that it would lead me towards something more fulfilling and more meaningful whilst I'm on this planet? And of course, I chose the pain of change. And so, my dear one, I am so glad I did, or I wouldn't be here having this very conversation with you. The discomfort I felt in the beginning was real. It was heavy. It was hard. But from my heart and with so much love, I can say it was temporary. And it led me to where I am now, with so much growth inside and out, guiding you on your journey to your true self, having experienced it myself. So why is this so important though? Why must we face the discomfort? Why does it have to be discomfort? It's really simple. The pain of staying stuck can chip away at your soul over time. This is something I definitely experienced. This is what was keeping me up at night. It keeps you small, stagnant, and disconnected from your potential. And you move further and further away from who you truly are. And so the discomfort of being someone you're not becomes far greater But the pain of change, the pain of transformation, is the willingness to face discomfort. That's where transformation happens. That's where growth unfolds. That's where you meet your goodness, your true potential. You shine your light. I've seen it with my clients too. One beautiful soul came to me while she was on maternity leave from her high-powered job. And she felt lost, unsure of who she was beyond the titles and the to-do list, and overwhelmed by the question of how to balance family life with her career ambitions. Something we can all relate to, I'm sure. The thought of going back to that world filled her with dread. But the idea of stepping away felt just as frightening. And she was caught in a loop of self-doubt, perfectionism, and constantly pushing herself and being hard on herself, even in motherhood. Deep down, she knew she was meant for something more, something gentler, something more meaningful, more fulfilling, something that played to her natural strengths and felt true to the beautiful soul she was becoming. So, with our time together, one-on-one, we softened. We welcomed the fear, the grief, the resistance, the honesty, the openness. We created space for all of it. And slowly, with support and deep inner work, she began to come home to herself. And I'm so pleased to say that today she's honouring both her work and family, not by doing more, but by choosing differently and by intentionally being true to who she is. She's allowing space to recharge, to reflect, to grow, and she's embarked on a new path that lights her up, one that holds both her ambition and her peace and presence at home with her loved ones. So you see, she chose the pain of change, and now she's living intentionally with clarity, purpose, and a deep, lasting confidence from within. This is the transformation I'm talking about. It's not always easy. It requires you to be open, honest, and work through some of the old and tired habits and beliefs, but it is deeply, beautifully worth it. Maybe you're feeling it right now, that quiet restlessness, the sense that something in your life no longer fits. The career that once defined you now feels draining. The daily routines feel like autopilot. Perhaps your relationships don't quite nourish you the way they used to. And there's just a disconnect. There is discomfort. Maybe you're craving more space, more awareness, more connection with yourself and your loved ones, more purpose, more you in your life. You're achieving on the outside, but inside there's a whisper that says, there must be more than this. There must be more for me. That whisper is the call for change. And while part of you knows it's time to answer, another part is afraid. Totally understandable. Afraid of what you might lose, of what it might take, of what others might think of you, of what happens if you try, of what happens if you fail and still feel stuck. So how do we move through this transformation, my lovely? How do we intentionally choose the pain of change instead of staying stuck in discomfort? Well, first, we need to decide we want to. And maybe you've done that already just by being here and hearing what you have heard and feeling what you have felt. Decide you want to change. Then we need to make peace with the discomfort that may come from this decision. And it could be instant. And I know it sounds counterintuitive, but the more we resist discomfort, the more it lingers, the more it grows, which is the opposite to what we want to happen. When we can allow ourselves to feel the discomfort of change, to sit with it without judgment, to just let it be there without controlling who we're being, without it taking over your life. We just allow it to be there. It begins to loosen its grip and hold on us. And how do we do that? We have to come up with all the reasons why we want to change, and then work on loving all those reasons for changing. You see, transformation requires you to be willing to feel the hard feelings with such softness and lightness. If you're someone who's been pushing through those feelings and pushing those feelings away for years, I understand. It's scary. No one taught us how to feel our feelings. We simply brushed them under the carpet, hid them away, and focused on the doing. But here's the truth. When we avoid our emotions, we stay stuck in a loop. The energy radiates, no matter the smile that is on your face. But when we allow ourselves to experience the hard emotions, to sit with the discomfort, the not knowing, the uncertainty, the doubt, the fear, knowing that's not who we are. It's just what we're feeling. That's when the shift happens. And for my beautiful client, part of her transformation was learning how to sit with her fears, her uncertainties, her flaws even, rather than running from them. We practice mindfulness together, breathing through those moments of worry, anxiety, doubt, and gently guiding her back to her center. She learned to lean into her discomfort, to ask herself, what's the positive intention behind this feeling? What is this feeling teaching me? And through that, she found the courage to move forward, moving closer to who she truly is. Here's what I want you to know. You have the strength to sit with the discomfort of change. In fact, the discomfort is your teacher. It's your guide. It's showing you where you need to grow. So, my lovely, don't be afraid of it. Welcome it in. Take a deep breath right now and allow yourself to feel whatever discomfort you might be holding on to. I promise you, it's not as big as you think. You are bigger than the discomfort. It is there to guide you, to grow you, to move you closer to who you truly are. Remember, change is not about perfection. It's about progression. The discomfort you feel today is a sign that you're growing, shedding old skin, old beliefs, old habits and stories about yourself, your circumstances, and stepping into your true highest potential. And know this, you have the power, you have the insight to move through it. Every small step forward is a step towards something more. Every time you choose the pain of change, you are one step closer to the person you're meant to be. Breathe into that knowing. So if you're still here with me, with this love note, by now, I hope you've decided that you're ready for change, that you're willing to feel the discomfort it may bring. The next step is to connect with all the reasons why you want this change now, how it will transform your life, your being, and the opportunities it may open up for you. And once you've identified those reasons, your work is simple. Every day, you remind yourself of those reasons. You hold on to these reasons, love them, carry them with you all day, every day. Even when your mind tells you it's hard, you come back to your reasons for change, knowing that this is the path to your growth. Before you move on to your next thing today, I'm gifting you 5 loving minutes with some gentle music at the end of this episode for you to reflect on all of this. So grab a pen and notebook when we're finished and give yourself this moment to capture your reasons for change. No distractions, just you and your open heart. And here's a loving affirmation to guide you through. I'm willing to grow, to transform, and to move forward with courage. I embrace the discomfort of change, knowing it leads to a life filled with purpose, peace, and possibilities. My reasons for change are my strength, and I trust them to guide me every step of the way. Before we close, I want to share a couple of personal examples from my yoga practice that perfectly reflects the idea of choosing the pain of change. when I first started practicing headstand, Shirshasana, I was terrified and didn't think that I'd been able to do it. The fear of falling was overwhelming. My body resisted every time I tried to lift my legs, even though I knew that with practice I would get stronger and more comfortable. And if other people in my group could do it, then surely so could I. In the beginning, I needed the wall for support. And even then, I wasn't sure if I could hold it. But I chose to face that fear, to feel the discomfort, because I knew that this was the path to something greater, and that somewhere, somehow, I could do it. And of course, over time, my body began to adapt. I slowly let go of the fear and trusted myself more, allowing my breath to be my guide. And now I am so grateful to share that I can hold a headstand for 3 minutes without the wall. And it's been a journey, it's been challenging. I'm wobbly and shaky at times, and the doubt sometimes creeps in, but I know that with each breath and each practice, I'm growing stronger, I'm balancing, and my mind, body, and breath are moving as one. So even though the discomfort is still there, it's no longer as intimidating or restricting, because I trust the process of change and transformation and hold any discomfort that comes up with every practice on every day with so much lightness and softness and grace. And choosing to stay with the discomfort, to feel the fear and doubt and move through it, has taught me that the pain of change, whether it's in yoga or life, leads to growth and strength and freedom. And it's the same for you. The discomfort you feel now is temporary, but the transformation that comes from it will be lasting. Another quick example I often reflect on is my meditation practice. For a long time, I couldn't sit still. I'd fidget, my knees and legs would ache, I'd get distracted by wanting to shift positions. The urge to keep moving to avoid the discomfort of stillness was overwhelming. But I decided to lean into it. I chose to stay in the discomfort of sitting in stillness, to simply be with my thoughts, even though I was itching to move or to do or be somewhere else. And at first, it was hard. The stillness felt like it was just impossible. It was like a battle. But I found a comfortable sitting position with a cushion and a blanket for support. And the more I sat in stillness, the more I began to notice the quiet spaces between my thoughts and connected with my heart and really tuned within. And slowly I found peace in simply being. And over time, the discomfort faded and I could sit in stillness without the urge to fidget, to do or be anywhere else. So choosing the pain of change, staying still and present rather than letting my mind race with distractions, has also allowed me to experience a deeper sense of calm and clarity. It's a loving reminder that sometimes the discomfort of staying still is exactly what we need to create the peace and clarity we've been searching for. So let's move forward together. Let's blossom with love and courage. And just know I'm here with you every step of the way. If this resonated with you, I invite you to do the work and also to share it with a friend, loved one, or colleague who may also need this reminder to help them choose the pain of discomfort over the pain of staying stuck. You never know how one conversation, one moment of support, one insight can inspire someone to step into their own transformation. So let's help each other move forward together. Thank you for tuning into another episode of Live Your True Self. Until next time, keep shining your lights and may you always live your true self. Namaste. Here's your 5 minutes, lovely one. Grab your pen and notebook. Give yourself this moment to reflect and write down all your reasons why you would change. No distractions, just you and your open heart. All the loving reasons why you are willing to feel the pain of discomfort for change. Think of the butterfly. Before it ever spreads its wings, it chooses the pain of transformation. Inside the cocoon, the caterpillar literally breaks itself down, dissolving into something unrecognizable before becoming something new. It's not comfortable, it's not easy, but it's necessary. The butterfly doesn't fight the process, it surrenders to it. And because it does, in its own divine time, it emerges with wings, free to fly, to move, to become who it's meant to be, just like you can. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Live Your True Self podcast. If you're ready to go deeper into your spiritual growth journey, visit me at www.namishapatelowen.com to learn more about my work and how I can support you. And be sure you're signed up for Monday Mindset Mail, your weekly love note to inspire who you're being while you're doing. And come join my free community, Yoga Life with Namisha, over on YouTube to grow and connect on and off the mat. It's an honor to guide you in reconnecting with who you truly are. Bye for now.